Pisces, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your October shift reading. So we're looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you shift into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like. So Pisces, before we get into your cards, I'm getting a very specific sensation of things moving a little too fast for you, or feeling like maybe it's the sensation that you've procrastinated on something and then suddenly you're at the 11th hour and you feel like you have to do a ton of catch up in a very short amount of time in order to keep up with the way things are evolving or the way things are changing, because there's a worry of being left behind in some way. Interesting. Pisces. We're going to use the Slow Holler Tarot this month and get into your shape shift here. So what is the shape that Pisces is shifting out of in October? What is the shape Pisces is shifting out of? Interesting. Shifting out of the Two of Cups. This is an energy of coming together in intimacy with people you are deeply connected with, and that the intimate connection in those relationships helping you to take off, shed layers of masks that you no longer need to wear. It's this like very deep, intimate, emotional work of getting ever closer to the truth of who you are in relationship to another person or to other people, in order to become more and more truthful and more authentic, so that you can love more and more reciprocally. Interesting. What is the shape Pisces is shifting into in October? What is the shape Pisces is shifting into? Whoa. Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about a little bit of defensiveness is actually coming through this card, but normally it sort of talks about needing to take a time out and think on it, or feeling undecided, feeling unable to choose between two options, or not knowing which direction to go in, feeling a little stuck or blocked because you're not sure which way to go. And this card in particular, because of the look on this person's face, I think they're quite defensive. They're feeling quite blocked off, maybe emotionally, maybe because of some very intense personal. I just saw 333. Okay, some very intense personal work that's been happening between you and your relationships. The ways that your relationships have really been reflecting things to you, or helping you to see things in different ways, and that may be causing a little bit of defensiveness or a little bit of blockage in reaction to that. And maybe that blockage is necessary. Maybe it's protective in a helpful way, but maybe it's protective in a defensive way. I'm not sure. Let's see. What does the shapeshift look and feel like for Pisces in October? It's these energies, they're two twos, by the way. Your shift is mental and emotional. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Your shift is mental and emotional. It's not super external. It seems very internal. These are very intimate energies. And so it could be the reason I was feeling like things were moving. Okay, the Devil, one more. Why things were moving faster than you is because you're in a very intimate, deep, personal, internal space, while the world is moving quite intensely around you. And so it's like it's like coming out of your bedroom after doing some like deep nap work, you know, like doing some deep nap kind of internal journaling and that kind of thing, to come outside and realize the entire landscape has changed and being like, oh crap, I have to adjust to this. It's kind of the energy. One more card for Pisces, helping us understand this shift in October. It's a big shift in the way that you're thinking. Yeah. Fast movement. Yep. Okay. So this is a huge shift in Ten of Swords just came through the Aquarius reading, and some of these readings have really been piggybacking off of one another. The Ten of Swords came through the Aquarius reading before you as a huge personal and collective shift in mentality, shift in mindset, a big shift in consciousness out of cycles of harm, cycles, ways of thinking that have harmed ourselves and others. And I think specifically Pisces, this seems to be illuminating for you and it came through in Aquarius as well, cycles, ways of thinking that have perpetuated cycles of harm within your relationships, because Two of Cups talks about intimate connections with others. And I'm seeing that the masks are coming off to reveal the truth behind these interactions for you, and the ways that you've participated equally with the other person, because this is reciprocity, and the way you both have shed blood and poured into this dynamic. And you're seeing it. You're seeing the ways that it has become unhealthy or harmful. And maybe you're reacting with a bit of defensiveness to that. But Pisces, if that defensiveness is coming from a resistance to seeing your own participation in this, there is energy here to liberate you from that. To say that the shift, the liberation from this way of thinking is not comfortable. It's not comfortable, and it does require some very deep internal work. And that is right where you need to be. There's something that came through really potently in the Aquarius extended reading, which was something about personal responsibility is collective evolution. If we want a collective growth, a collective shift, collective change, it has to start with taking personal responsibility. And that's what I'm seeing here, is a liberation, a personal liberation from ways of thinking that have brought pain, and that leading to a collective liberation, because the devil is here to help us see what usually lies beneath, what lies underneath dynamics, what lies underneath, below the surface, in the shadows, what we usually don't want to see. And the devil comes and it lights that up and helps to illuminate that, so it can burn an effigy and we can have a mental, swords are mental energy, and this is the energy of seeing the pain for what it is, even if it's painful to see it, and then liberating from it. There's even like a very similar sort of hanging on the cross a little bit here. Pisces, hanging on the cross. You're not a victim, because here's this energy of like hanging on the cross, and this energy of blockage and a little bit of defending a tender heart. And Pisces, you are not a victim here. Somebody else got this same energy. You're not a victim. You You're not a victim because the Two of Cups is showing two people equally participating in a situation. And so acknowledging, owning, and taking responsibilities for the ways that you have equally participated in a dynamic means you can't be a victim. Yes, you have been harmed. You have been negatively affected by a dynamic, but it was not a one-way street. And that's what this reading, I think, is trying to get you to open up to. This is interesting. The final card here, the the Eight of Wands, Eight of Branches. It usually talks about momentum generating for like quick forward movement. And it usually feels external, like the winds of change coming in and sweeping you up and shifting you in a really big way. But I like that it's being shown as this octopus almost sort of retreating quickly. See, look at all like the blood on the hands, and wanting to sort of descend quickly back into the darkness and hide. Pisces, don't hide from this, I think, is part of what this is saying. It's like upon recognizing that there's blood on your hands here too, so to speak, there could be an impulse to into the darkness, right? To and hide, like the octopus, to camouflage into the background, like you can't see me, and if you can't see me, then I can't see myself. Because the Two of Knives can sometimes talk about hiding. I don't think hiding in the face of this kind of forward moving energy is what you're being guided into. I think the collective consciousness shift is asking you to get on board. You can't hide from this. Come out and allow yourself to move and change and evolve with it. Then you won't feel like you were hiding while it all happened, and then you come outside and it's like it all changed without you. Be an active part of that change by first looking very clearly at the ways that you can evolve your own habits, patterns, ways of thinking that are really just holding you back. It's like it's Ten of Swords, the Devil. It's time for the breakthrough. It's time to evolve. Wow. Particularly Pisces, in the ways that you love and are loved by others. Whoo, baby, what a reading. Okay, we're gonna get into the extended reading now and pull some other cards, see if we can get some more specific clarity. If you'd like to join me, I just saw 1313. 13 is the death card in the tarot, which came through very strongly in the Aquarius reading. These readings are really building on one another. And that death card talks about endings, larger forces greater than us that bring endings and force change and force transformation. Okay. And this is reading, I think, is saying like, get on the train here. Okay. Aquarius, if you'd like to join me, Pisces, if you'd like to join me for the rest of this reading, click the link in the description below and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon is an online community I've created for folks who are enjoying my work and want to dig deeper. If that sounds like you, head over there, read the description when you get there so you know how to receive your extended for October, and I'll send you the rest of this shift reading. All right, my friend, take such good care of yourself during a really, really, really intense mental, emotional shift that we're all going through and that you're going through personally. All right. And I'll talk to you soon. This idea of reciprocity, this idea that this is a collective reckoning, a collective need to take responsibility for the welfare and well-being of everyone, and to make sure that the energetic exchanges are reciprocal, that everyone is getting what they need in this society, but also like specifically in your relationships. There needs to be reciprocity. This card is about reciprocity. This card was about taking personal responsibility because everyone is equally responsible. And this is again about equality and reciprocity. So it's like you can't hide, Pisces, because we're all responsible here. And if we're going to create real change and redistribute resources, Six of Pentacles, in a way that benefits everybody, we have to all be part of the collective movement towards change.